This is your Monday, August 10th session of the Master Pattern Report. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Flower, fresh back from the desert and loving the heat and humidity in New York. Okay, let's see how we did last week. Well, the Japanese yen made a big move down, just as we had predicted. And we were right in the middle of two nice trades there, and I hope some of you were. The 5-year T-bill sale went very badly. Now that hasn't been reported by anybody, but it did. It flunked, which means that to some degree we're looking at higher interest rates, and there's talk about perhaps that happening beginning of the year. I think the market is going to force it up, regardless, perhaps before that, late in the year, November or December. So we're betting on higher rates. The S&P broke 9,400. The Dow Jones broke 9,400. S&P went to hit up against that 1014. Actually broke the 1014 for a little bit. 1016 was the high. If you remember, that 1014 we said was pretty much the retracement point, the resistance point. Fell back from there. Let's see what happens with this, but I think it's going to maybe make a couple of charges against that and break right through. The market right now is looking for excuses to break out, okay, as compared to break down. So keep an eye on that. We're still holding between the 10 and 11,000, perhaps higher. Ford went to 850, which really isn't bad considering we told you about a week and a half ago to get in at about 550, 560. And our old stock STP broke $20. Now that is up from $5 and change in January. So that's a tidy little sum. Okay, now this week we think that the euro will continue up against the yen. We expect that the market will be up, perhaps down today, but up we think for on weekend. And everything else just seems to be holding right now. Oil, little on the upside. Gold is. We think gold might make a little bit of a move here, but not until not for another couple of weeks, in any significant way, and silver as well. Okay, so let's talk to the morons in Washington. Okay. Now, you know, we should do a little definition here. Morons are office holders, okay? Idiots are administrators in government positions. And jerks are the citizens who sit back and moan and groan and don't do anything to make things better. All right, so you got that? Morons, idiots, and jerks. Okay, just want to get the definition. So these three baboons that we're talking about here are all talking about, recession is over. Well, the recession may be over, but the depression is just beginning. And why do I say that? Okay, aside from all the reasons I gave you last week, nothing is happening with real estate. They're still not addressing real estate. And primarily because they don't know what to do. They haven't a clue. Even people in the business don't have a clue except, hey, bring your price down so I can sell your property and make a commission. Well, you know, it's not a formula for success, and it's certainly not a formula for the economy. We've lost our equity, been practically wiped out. Deutsche Bank comes out last week and says, hey, the residential market hasn't hit bottom. We got another 14% on the downside. Well, that's encouraging, but true. The commercial real estate is really starting to take a hit. Retail areas are, look around you. Stores, there's more empty stores than I've ever seen. Office vacancy rate is is plummeting, as is industrial space too. So what seems to be happening is there's no equity, salaries are down, revenues are down, profits are down. There's tremendous fear of the government programs, and possible further government controls with business and taxation, and people are just not spending, and they're cutting back and cutting their staff. They're going as lean and mean as they possibly can. And that's going to continue until there's an absolute concise, hardcore bottom that we can all see and all agree upon. Government revenues, because of all this, are down 29%. And states are getting harder hit than that, and they're scrambling like hell. I think I told you last week, 32 states don't have a budget yet. They're past their deadline. And cities are getting hit even harder now. Now it's the city's turn to start looking for bankruptcies and bailouts and higher revenue sources. And there's no ingenuity here, folks. That's the problem. They don't have a model for what's going on, so they don't know where to look. They don't know who to talk to. So they bring these morons on television on these channels to talk about more stimulus. Well, goddamn, you only spent 15% of the stimulus that we have so far. So and you want to do more. In the meantime, because there's no equity and incomes are lower, we're in a deflationary cycle. When all this money and spending hits, it'll then escalate into a inflationary cycle. So the result is stagflation. Some people will have cash, but the prices will be high. Other people won't have, so it doesn't matter what the prices are because they won't be able to afford it. So we just have to be careful about how we utilize our funds and be careful about discretionary expenses. All right, now I got a couple of announcements for you. I'll be doing a book signing at the Barnes & Noble on Central Park Avenue in Yonkers on Sunday, September 20th at 6:30 p.m. Love to see you there. Now, also I'm doing a workshop sponsored by the Success International at the Crown Plaza Hotel in White Plains on Saturday, September 26th, 1 to 4. Go to our website. I don't know what the fees are. They have their own fees, but it'll be on 1 to 4, and it'll be on, in effect, enhancing your life and developing your potential. And we'll be doing some analysis there and profiles for people to show them, where they're at and where they can go. Okay. I want you to keep your powder dry for a while because I've got some tentative good news coming for you. We'll discuss that, if not next week, I promise you the following week. But our new programs are starting to really look up, and we hope that we're going to have some exciting methodologies in place and some models in place for you. Listen, have a great week, relax, stay cool.